Hi, I'm Chris Borgard, and we're standing on one of the picturesque fields where the Cal Poly Marching Band routinely practices. We believe that a brief but effective warm-up routine will enhance the chances of your band members staying healthy before practices or rehearsals every time they take the field. Let's take a look at the dynamic exercises that will be performed during the one-lap jog.
First dynamic exercise, walking lunge. Instruct band members to take large steps at a slow and controlled pace. During the lowering phase of the lunge, the knees should not extend in front of the toes. The torso should remain in an upright position, and hands should remain off the legs at all times. Karaoke. Here band members will alternate crossing one foot in front of and then behind the other, swiveling the hips and letting the arms swing freely while staying off their heels. Note, this exercise will be the only one performed for a total of 30 yards. Facing one way, lead crossover with the left foot first for 15 yards, then turn and face the other way, crossing over with the right foot for 15 more yards. Butt kickers. Finish the backstretch straightaway with 15 yards of the butt kicker exercise. Keeping the knees pointed at the ground just in front of you, quickly bring each heel up as high as possible in a whip-like motion.
Immediately after the one-lap jog with dynamic exercises, the entire band can form up and begin the static stretch period. Remember that each static stretch should be held between 15 and 20 seconds per side.
Shoulder scoops. Alternate arms swinging across the body in a rhythmic coordinated motion. Arm bent overhead. Bend the arm behind the head while pulling down above the elbow. Waist circles. Keeping the legs extended wide apart, place the hands on the hips and rotate the torso in a circular motion while bending at the waist. Seated hip openers. Take a seat on the ground with the legs splayed out wide and bent at the knee, heels into ground. Alternately begin to bring one knee in and then back out, and then repeat to the opposite side. Gradually increase the speed and range of motion of your actions within a 20-second period. Hollywood stretch. Cross one bent leg over extended leg flat on the ground. Rotate the torso as far as comfortably possible by putting increasing pressure against the outside of the bent thigh with your arm and looking directly back behind you. Put an energizing finish on the static stretch period with 5 powerful jumping jacks, followed by 5 tuck jumps, bringing the knees up while in the air. Now it's time for band members to hydrate well and grab those instruments.
The following exercises are prescribed for the specific movement needs of the drumline section. It is a 2-day routine, meaning 2 different workouts designed to be performed 3 days or 72 hours apart. For example, a typical week in the July to November time period might be planned out like this.
Walking lunges with rotation. Take large steps at a slow and controlled pace. During the lowering phase of the lunge, the knees should not extend in front of the toes. When you are nearly touching the ground, slowly twist over and across the front leg with extended arms and then twist back. The torso should remain in an upright position and hands should remain off the legs at all times. Single leg RDLs with bar. Using a straight padded or iron bar that weighs between 15 and 45 pounds, bend one leg slightly bent at the knee around 120 degrees, while the other leg can go back as counterbalance. Note, 2 technique items are very important with this exercise. First, keeping your spine straight, slowly lower the bar down to the tongue of the chute, keeping it right along the shins on the way down and back up on its return path. Second, once the knee has been slightly bent, it must remain fixed in place and cannot bend any deeper during the exercise. Floor wipers. Lying on the back with the arms straight out to the side, bend both the hips and knees at 90 degrees. Slowly lower the legs in a side-to-side motion going down with the legs until the far shoulder blade comes up off the ground. Then start legs in the opposite direction. Go both right and left for 1 repetition. Note, adding a slight pause at the top can increase the effectiveness of the exercise. To increase difficulty, hold a 6 to 10 pound med ball in between the knees during the exercise. Good mornings with bar. With a straight padded or iron bar that weighs between 15 and 45 pounds positioned behind the neck on the shoulders, first slightly flex both knees to around 120 degrees bent. Then, keeping your eyes up and your chest out, bend over at the waist as low as comfortably possible, all the while keeping your spine straight. Note, just like the RDL, the knee bend must stay constant, meaning the knees cannot be flexed deeper during the exercise. C-skips. This drill involves hopping in place on one extended leg while rhythmically flexing the other leg first with the knee out in front and then out to the side while keeping the toe pointed up. Any individuals struggling with the timing of this exercise can say to themselves up out as they perform the motion. Note, if coordinating this exercise is still impossible, members can keep one foot planted on the ground rather than hop as they flex the other hip up and out, each series of which counts as one repetition. The following strengthening exercises are prescribed for the specific movement needs of general band members, meaning all band members other than drumline and tuba sections. It is a 2-day routine, meaning 2 different workouts designed to be performed 3 days or 72 hours apart. For example, a typical week in the July to November time period might be planned out like this. Haymakers. Twist at the waist with nearly extended arms, and then after 20 seconds, maintain rotary motion while bending over at the waist. Step-ups. Start this exercise standing near an 18 to 24 inch box. Step up by placing one entire foot onto the box, and then drive off the toe of that foot, lifting the opposite knee high over top of the box. The arm opposite of the lifting knee should swing up in coordinated motion. Balance and lower slowly so the non-step-up foot contacts the ground first. Then step down with the foot originally lifted and repeat the movement to the other side. For less difficulty, instruct band member to keep foot flat on the box if they cannot raise up on the toe without maintaining balance. For more difficulty, use a straight padded or iron bar that weighs between 15 and 45 pounds positioned between the neck on the shoulders. Side-lying hip-ups. From a side-lying position, bend one arm on a plane perpendicular to the body and support the body weight on that bent elbow, as well as the outside of the foot. Keeping the body in a straight line, extend the hips up as high as comfortably possible, and then lower the hips back down. Repeat for 15 repetitions, then switch sides.